We are continuing our coverage of the Abundant Life Christian School shooting. This is now one of at least 83 school shootings in 2024.
In the past day, we've heard a lot from law enforcement and state officials about the resources available to parents, teachers, and students who are concerned about a potential threat to their community. Here to talk to us about some of the warning signs and how to prevent future tragedies like this one, UW-Madison Associate Professor on Educational Psychology and co-director of the School Mental Health Collaborative, Katie Eklund. Welcome, Katie.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so part of your expertise is consultation on K-12 school crisis prevention. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I'd be happy to. I'm a licensed psychologist and school psychologist, and after practicing in the schools for many years, became a professor and researcher focused on school mental health and school safety. I'm also a Prepare trainer, which is an evidence-based school safety training developed by the National Association of School Psychologists on how to help schools prevent, prepare, and respond to crisis events. My work includes training school administrators, educators, and school mental health professionals on responding and preventing crisis events, including the death of students and staff members.
Well, what are, I'm sure you deal with this all the time when you're talking to school districts, talking to teachers. What are some of the behaviors that teachers and parents, should be able to flag to identify a student who might be at risk here?
Yeah, absolutely. Decisions about school safety must be based on facts and not fear, and working to focus on prevention efforts. And so one prevention strategy that schools often use is evidence-based threat assessment, which is a process where we are focused on identifying serious threats and hopefully preventing violence. This begins when we have family members, friends, or others seek help when they might be concerned with someone who's in distress or who might be threatening violence. And so it's important that if you see something, that you say something, that you report it. Thankfully, here in Wisconsin, we have an anonymous tip line available where folks can make reports. We also have school mental health professionals in many of our buildings, which include school psychologists and school social workers who are trained to respond. Our Office of School Safety here in Wisconsin provides some really excellent guidelines on how to respond when we see these concerning behaviors. And so this threat assessment process not only includes gathering more information, which might have led a student down a path towards violence, but also primarily focuses on how to offer support and interventions to that student when they might be at risk.
And before we wrap up, we talked a little bit with experts on how do you talk to your kids about these. Do the parents bring it up? Do they wait for the kids to bring it up? Or is it a matter of just saying, I'm here if you need to talk?
Absolutely. I'd say to parents, start the conversation, talk about the shooting with your child. We know that not talking about it can make this event feel even more threatening in your child's mind, and that silence often suggests that what has occurred is too horrible to even speak about, or that maybe you don't know what has happened. We know that with social media and news that it's highly unlikely that our kids and teenagers haven't heard about this, and so chances are that your child has heard too. You can start a conversation by just asking your child what they've heard, correcting any rumors or misperceptions, and listening to any fears that they might have. But certainly being a positive role model, we know that kids really look to adults for how to respond. And so it's okay to express sadness. It's okay to express empathy for the victims and their families. And then you can also focus on the quick response by law enforcement and by medical personnel who are there to really help support the victims. But at the end of the day, we really want to provide reassurances to children that they're safe, and that as parents, we're here to keep them safe at home, and that their teachers really care a lot about them at school. And we still believe that schools are safe places for our kids to be.
Well, Katie, such a difficult time, and we really appreciate the work you do, and we appreciate your time today for joining us. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the time.